I forced myself to invent something every day for a week, and this is the result. As you can see here, I have the 7 inventions I came up with in a week. So yeah, let's just get into it. Now, the first one, you can see that it's the beginning because it doesn't have many details or something, but it's a concept. I don't know if it exists already. It's for smoking cigars. I don't smoke cigars, but I don't know why this just came into my head. So if you don't want to get all that, I don't know, tobacco in your mouth and all that stuff, and you just wanna enjoy the smoke if that's what you're into, there's this device. It has a hole at the top where you put your cigar and light it, and I don't know, it functions maybe like a bong. I don't really know how they function. Whatever, this is where you put your mouth. It also has a filter, or maybe, I don't know, if you want it, and you inhale right here and you only get the smoke from it. Yep. That's pretty much it. A more convoluted way to smoke a cigar. The next one. Everybody knows the pain of stabbing your toe against a piece of furniture. Well, you don't have to suffer from this no more, because I have the toe stabbing protection. You put it, as you can see this example, around the leg of a table, and it's made of high-tech foam. It has a smooth outer layer, some soft material, and I even thought about this scientifically and added some ball bearings to disperse the impact and provide more cushioning. Also a layer that keeps everything in place, and 5 some adherent rubber material so that it doesn't slide around the table. Maybe this exists, I don't know. I mean, of course it's like the biggest first world problem that you can think about, but nonetheless, I don't know, this is what I thought about. Okay, number 3. Now this is also a novelty that I believe is quite interesting. It's a dog licking system mechanism. It's made out of, it's basically a stand with a motor with a dog tongue at the top. Yeah. The synthetic dog tongue, because real dog tongues would be hard to come by. It's a motor that draws electricity from a plug. It doesn't have batteries, but I don't know, it could have some buttons for on, off, and the speed, and the stand, which you can also adjust. Now, why would you want this? You can use it as an alarm clock, because let's say, you know how a dog walks in on you and licks your face, nibbles your toes or whatever, and wakes you up. You can program this. It's like a programmable wholesome alarm. You don't wake up to the sound of your iPhone, you wake up to the sweet licking of a synthetic dog tongue. Yeah, it may help with mental health, who knows, and it definitely offers comfort. That's pretty much it also for these new inventions. I don't know. I just think it's neat. Think about it, how many weird stuff you found on Amazon or stuff like that. This can definitely have maybe a market. Goddamn, I'm just spitting good ideas for free right here. Next one, a 3D frame. This, I don't think this exists. So it's like, you know, those photo frames that are electrical and must switch between different photos. Think about it like that, but only 3D. You know how a screen is made up of different pixels? This is basically that, but the pixels can move and create a 3D image. Obviously those inventions aren't really taught thoroughly. I didn't really thought very much about them. It's just basic concepts, because of course, how are you gonna actually build this? But you know, it's for fun. Your friend can send you a picture of their face and you have a 3D model of their face. Think about it, how maybe good it will be for distance relationships. You can caress your loved one face from a distance. There was also some devices that imitated kissing. I don't know, maybe this is the next step. Okay, this is movie ring, I called it. the movie ring. You know how there are stones, mood stones, that change based on your mood, presumably. This is like that, but it's in the form of a ring, and when you wear it, it picks up the mood you're in and recommends a movie or TV show or something like that based on your mood. Netflix, hit me up. I don't know how to explain this more. It just recommends stuff based on the mood, and how it works, I guess, arcane technology, magic, I don't know. Cloth hole puncher. It's a hole puncher but for clothes. There are hole punchers for papers, because maybe you have some documents and you want to arrange them and you punch some holes and bind them into a book. Like that, but for clothes. Why would you wanna punch holes in your clothes? All kinds of reasons, really. Think about them yourself. It's like how do you call it, like pliers, I guess. It also has a motor with a heating element. This heating element, it's also doubles up as a kind of blade. When you push the pliers together, they make a hole, and also how you would cauterize a wound, you know, burn it to seal it up. This is kind of what it does with the cloth, so the cloth doesn't fray and break up. Yeah, if you want clean holes without much of a hassle in your clothes, this is the way to go, I'd say. It has batteries, it's portable, the imagination is the limit here, or that's what I like to think, at least. We are ready at the last invention. I really saved the best for the last. It's a luck, fear, greed, smarts game. I actually got inspired by a scene in the anime Kakegurui, where it's basically all about gambling, and there's a device that's like a guillotine for your fingers. Okay, so let me explain the concept. Let's say that we have a game of 3 people. First, they have to decide which sum they are willing to bet. They decide to bet, I don't know, on $50, so now we have $150 at stake. After this, they each put their hands through the holes of this big container. Then the dealer, using a random number generator or something, chooses a random period of time, let's say 60 minutes. The players don't know how long this period of time is. A timer is set for 60 minutes and a flammable gas starts to slowly leak into the container. When the 60 minutes end, the gas is lit on fire by a spark. The winner is the last person with his arm inside the container. I believe it's really interesting because it's an interior battle, greed against the safety of your arm, stress is building up, how much are you gonna risk it for that money? What I didn't like in the game from Kakegurui with the finger guillotine was that you couldn't interact very much with the other players. That's why I added one more rule to my game. Let's go back to our game from before. 30 minutes have passed, and in spite of the fear that has engulfed everybody, no one took their arm out. In moments like this, you can raise, like in poker or something. Let's say that a minute costs $1. You can decide this at the start of the game. You can raise $20, which means you bet another $20 in the game and 20 minutes are taken off the timer. Our timer was set for 60 minutes, 30 minutes passed, 30 to go. After you raise 20 minutes, there are only 10 minutes until the gas explodes. This can determine the others to tap out of fear of leaving you with all the money. Of course, this can backfire because you could have raised 40 minutes, which meant the gas would be lit on fire instantly and you would have lost your arm in the process. I think the concept is really interesting. Of course, not for reality, but maybe in a show or how it was with Kakegurui in an anime. I think it's a really interesting settings for some battle of wits and greed and fear and luck and all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. A bit of a random video, but I think it's interesting challenging yourself like that, and even if it's silly ideas, I still think it's nice and it still puts the cogs in your brain moving, the gears. Okay, bye bye.
Gettin' freaky on a Friday night, yeah.